Well, I've been kicked out of my near every bar around. I've been locked up for driving 120 through town. I've been shot at and cut with a knife, messing around with another man's wife. But other than that, we ain't nothing, just good old boys. Threw my boss out the window and got fired for my last job. Hot-wired a city truck and turned it over in the mayor's yard. Paid my brother-in-law half to death. Lost $20 on his football bet. But other than that, we ain't nothing, just good old boys. Good old boys.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wade and Carter Show. Glad you're all here on Facebook, Magic 95.9, the Roku app, on the Magic website, YouTube. Daniel Wade White, Ricky King, Greg Garcia on the podium this morning. I'm Ash. This is my radio soulmate, Brent. And welcome to the show, everybody. Wade and Carter Weather brought to you by the great folks at AT Deerland Feed. Stop on by for all you need for your home, your patio, your condo, your casita, whatever.
77 degrees under sunny skies today, heading to a high of 93. It looks like this afternoon, 1 to 4, could be a little cloudy, but no chance of rain.
Good.
77 and 93.
Mark Kurtz checking in. Stephanie Connie, Torrin Bales, good morning. Justin Glass, Linda Chris, Lisa Poole, hi Marina, Micah Patton, Wendy Hughes Garcia, Bobby Leister, Junior Samples, Marvin Mickish, Rena Scherer, good morning. Tammy Keeling checking in. Judge Posey, Monty Howard, Will Vincent, good group this morning on the
Hi, Judge.
Glad you're all here.
Seen the judge out lately?
I ran into him, a couple of weeks ago. Maybe a little longer than that, but yeah, he looked well.
Oh,
I ran into him on a Friday night. But I think I saw him. I think I saw him since then too. We were dining at the same establishment.
Were you?
We were.
You were dining.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to give Cody a microphone? He's over there. There you go. They were dining, Cody.
Andrew Alvarez, Jarrett McCrugan. Good morning, Cuz. Jordan Glass. Dining
at their Wiener Schnitzel. Get a sack of chili cheese.
6 for $5
with
whatever.
onions. With onions.
Just splitting it with my friend.
Yeah. Too funny.
Heather Stewart, good morning.
Hi, Heather Stewart. Good holding my hand.
I'm sorry. You're my radio.
That's my other
You're my radio
friend.
soulmate, though.
That's
Threw you off with that, didn't I?
Self-proclaimed.
So many friends.
It's got him verklempt this
My
morning.
work husband.
Oh, where do we start? Where do we start this morning?
Travel ban.
Yeah,
Travel
let's
ban.
okay. We'll start there. Let's start there. Let's see what we need to know. 12 countries that you cannot enter from, 7 others that you are restricted from entering from. What?
You can't come here from these countries.
And I want to know if any, we'll break them down one
Countries
by one.
you cannot enter from. You can go there. You just can't come back.
Go. Where's the list? Where's the list?
It was up at the top.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw it up there. Right. I don't know where the list went. It's places you've never heard of and places you never want to go.
a lot of the old S-hole countries that have got in trouble with.
Eritrea. What's he doing?
This is like the 4th time.
Stop messing with that cord.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you got drop kicked for that.
Wonder Dog's eating the cords this morning.
Don't eat the cord. Go lay down.
All right, here we go. I think we got it now. Here are the countries that
they're right there. Read them.
No,
They were right there.
I don't know, but I'm getting to the actual countries that you
Folks,
can't.
I
These are the
apologize.
these
It's very
are the, no, because
unprofessional.
that was
They're right there. Read them.
I am.
Afghanistan, Myanmar, also known as Burma, Chad, Congo, Equatorial Guinea. You ever heard of it?
Nope.
Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. So like you said, they're either dumps or they hate us.
And they harbor terrorists.
There you go. So who cares?
Yeah. And then 7 countries with partial restrictions: Burundi, Cuba,
Laos,
Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela.
I mean, what is Turkmenistan?
Former Soviet.
Sounds like a
Republic.
Thanksgiving dish.
Somebody's going to go, Turkmenistan has 1,800 population.
See, I had to click into the story because this one lumped all 19 together because 12 are banned from coming and the other just have severe restrictions.
Oh,
That's why.
in-depth reporting.
Yes, you got mad at me for nothing.
Maddie, going to be my soulmate. We've got to fight once in a while. It's like me and Dawn. Every now and then we just stir it up to make sure we're alive. That's funny. Ash never has a second gummy in the morning.
Never. Scott Tomko says Ash seems euphoric and Brent woke up grouchy.
The THC affects people differently, Scott.
And now that it's banned,
Is it? Did that?
I think, I don't know. Not sure yet.
I heard different things on that because see, I'm all for veterans and people with chronic illness who want to have THC. I mean, there's nothing about THC that's any different than penicillin. I mean, there's nothing about it's a drug. It's like, how do you use it is what matters. And the people that need it, I have no problem with them having it. It's not like I don't care if you've got stage 4 cancer and you want to smoke a joint, smoke it up.
Smoke it up.
Who cares? But at the end of the day,
thank you, Andrew Alvarez.
what I've heard is that the lieutenant governor is concerned that there are not adequate controls over the amounts of THC that are available over the counter at places like convenience stores. And apparently you don't have to be 18 to buy it. So they're concerned about kids getting a hold of this stuff. I don't know. And I could be wrong. But at the end of the day, what they're supposedly doing is increasing the number of dispensaries in the state while they regulate or rein in the open market side of it. And I don't know if it's so the government, I'm not sure if that's bigger government or if it's not just a straight up ban that you can't get the stuff. You just have to, you still have like medicinal marijuana and you have other ways to get the stuff. So we'll have to see. I don't know. I know that law enforcement is all for the ban.
Yeah, I struggle with this. It was legalized, 8 years ago?
And it's had zero effect on me. And you haven't heard about people, he went and bought legal THC and then ran through a crowd with a Suburban.
No. And I don't know of anybody popping a gummy that they bought at a store and then being arrested for driving drunk and killing somebody. I mean, I don't know. We already have laws on the books for the amount of THC that can be in there.
Can you interpolate what he's trying to say there? Because he's not trying to say what it constant 3 companies and straight through the TCP on the House new version and 1 company allowed to distribute beverage whose parent company is Anheuser-Busch.
Well, this is when I was going to get to this. I think Andrew's kind of getting there, and I don't know if he's speaking into his phone and trying to translate or his thumbs aren't working yet this morning. But there are 3 companies that I believe will be allowed to provide the products. And my question is how and why?
How are they determined?
How were they determined? And then
probably
apparently they were named
campaign donations. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
I
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
The lobbyists persuaded convinced lawmakers that this was the way to go.
And I believe Dan Patrick got nearly $500,000 from brewery packs and such. So, yeah, I don't know.
I've had people tell me that, and I don't know to what level these things are legal or where you can get them, but they're here. I've had people tell me that they drank a THC laced, if you will. It was, with THC, like a seltzer.
Yeah.
Drank like half of one and slept for like 6 hours. I mean, like they're, if you get the strong version, that they're strong.
Give me the other half tonight.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough about this one. I just think we're getting into government overreach.
I could see that point. Good morning, Stephen Castaneda. I hope Carter's doing well. Probably enjoying some summer.
Probably still sleeping.
Kelly probably brings up a point we were going to get to today.
Yeah.
Karine Jean-Pierre, former White House spokesman.
Yep, the press secretary.
But her book describes a broken White House administration. Isn't it interesting? Isn't it treasonous that she championed the White House until the day she left? And now, at the age of 50, she's going to write a book saying, well, now I can tell you what was really going on. Weren't the American people owed that at the time?
Yeah.
Is it not interesting to you that Joe Biden didn't know anything and then they just decided, well, let's just put Kamala in there and the people who were running the country would still be running the country? It doesn't seem to bother the left at all. Doesn't bother the left at all. Kamala was good. If you don't vote for her, you hate black people.
In fact, now that nobody from that party is writing her check, Karine Jean-Pierre also says she is now an independent and has left the Democratic Party.
She left the Democratic Party. Think about that. She championed the party line. You can say, well, that was her job. Championed the party line, lied, covered up, manipulated facts and truth.
And is now
she would still be there today if Kamala Harris had gotten elected, put in there without a vote. Yep. And yet they say that it's the Trump administration that's an oligarchy. The Trump administration is anti-Semitic. The Trump administration is a dictatorship. They were just going to slide Kamala in there. If Kamala would have been a white, heterosexual male, they could not have pulled it off. But because she was a arguably black female, well, you're a bigot. You're a misogynist.
You're a misogynistic
racist.
bigot.
You can't. Whoa. I know we didn't vote for her, but how can you not put her in? She's the VP and she's a black female. Come on. Racist, white Republican. Biggest scam in the history of our country, the Biden administration.
Andrew Alvarez says KGP is about as non-Democrat as Dave Thielen is Republican. He's got a point.
That's true.
Well, and here's the thing. What's her book going to be called? Independent.
Curly.
A look inside a broken White House outside the party lines. You towed the party line.
She was the party line. She manipulated the data to espouse what they needed her to say.
How can this book have any credibility? Because she sat up there for the entire administration, spewing the Biden gobbledygook, chastising anybody who questioned his mental acuity or decision making. But now it's a broken White House, and she's going to view this from outside the party lines. You were the party line. You towed it.
Yep. No doubt about it.
This is a money grab, pure and simple. I've got a better idea. Congress now.
Sean Brett. She's just getting publicity to sell her.
No,
book.
that's
no
exactly
doubt about it.
Yep.
You gonna read it? We've told you about the broken White House for the last 4 years. You don't need to read her book.
I've got a better idea. Congress banned former congressmen, women, and staffers from lobbying for 5 years. When you leave an administration, you can't write a book for 10.
Yeah, that's fair. If it's still interesting after a decade, you can write a book.
But what about presidential libraries? How will they get their books?
Are they even a big deal anymore? Does Obama have a library?
You know what it is? It's the way to it's the way to scam the people, because they don't have enough room in the National Archives to house all the papers of every president. So they get the president to call on their buddies to raise the money for their presidential archives, and then they put it up and call it a library.
Where is Obama's library? Seriously, where's Bush's? It's at SMU.
Yeah, I think it is.
We looked.
It's an unfunded
up
mandate,
one day.
right?
Obama's library is in like Pennsylvania or something.
Kenya.
With a branch in Hawaii.
It's in Nairobi.
If you call a week ahead, they will bring that book from Kenya to the Hawaiian library for you.
Oh, folks, it's
You
a Thursday.
you gotta have your library card, though.
We're going to be joined here in a little while by Erica Briggs from Par Vita. We'll let her tell you about Vita Cafe. In fact, hopefully she brings us some snacks.
Sorry, it's in Chicago.
Oh, that makes sense.
Obama's library is in Chicago.
That makes sense. He was from
Dollar Floor Store.
Yep.
Get over to the Dollar Floor Store.
Floor
Check
Trader.
out all the great. There's tile, there's wood flooring, laminate flooring, vinyl, waterproof flooring, indoor flooring, outdoor flooring,
Backsplashes.
carpet, outdoor carpet, go by
Shag
and see them.
carpet. You want to relive the 70s, ladies, in your living room? Shag.
Nice.
Go get it.
Allen's Record Service, 578-6300. Let Allen be your go-to toe-to. If you need to get from here to there, there's no one else to call. They are the best of the best. There's no getting around it. Veracruz Restaurant, post-Caldo Thursday is always a great day to be in. Full menu.
I was in there yesterday, and I did not have the caldo because I was dressed nicely and didn't want to splash caldo.
Yeah,
because I'm a sloppy soup eater. But lots of people were enjoying the caldo.
I'm a sloppy soup eater, Cody.
I am.
Mm,
Self-admitted.
there you have it. Today is revelation. I'm not only his
I'm a-
soulmate. That was Freudian.
You're not my soulmate.
That was a Freudian slip. You're my soulmate. That's better than my prison meat. USA Concrete Coatings. Charlie Garcia and his team come out and
You'll
put down
get
the
3
toughest
squares.
nails. Toughest nails.
I think we should cancel the show today.
You get 3 meals brought to you, all the sex you want. Why does the guy hate prison so bad? USA Concrete Coatings. You want to sand it, seal it, stain it, paint it. They'll help you with your concrete flooring. They can also go into your garage and seal all the cracks and put down a polyurethane coat that won't crack, stick, peel, or fade. And we say that so quickly you don't think about it, but if you've ever walked into a garage with that gray epoxy flooring and the tires get in there in the summertime and the flooring sticks to it, it's a terrible look. That won't happen at USA Concrete Coating. Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. Go by. The great thing about Palace Bingo, you can. The great thing about Palace Bingo is you're supporting local charities. The money stays here.
Yeah. 6 or 7 of them, right? Let's
Yeah.
have the date next week. Let's set the date tomorrow.
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 Very Canadian.
Yeah, the Canadian in me comes out sometime.
There you go. And the chopping block. What's going on with the chopping block?
Chopping
Yesterday
block?
was Wacky Wing Wednesday.
Yep, $7 sirloins. The baseball sirloins, $59.99. Ribeyes, picanha roasts on sale.
Wow.
Yeah, great stuff for Father's Day. Load up
Is that coming up?
next weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
Bring gifts. It's
yeah.
Father's Day.
do us all a favor too. When you visit our sponsors, tell them
Yes, please.
you heard it here.
Yeah, I did have a sponsor. I'm just trying to get a grip on the metrics. I don't know how to know if people are, if you go into the chopping block, which I encourage you to do, if nothing else, I don't care if you buy anything. I don't, you won't be able to avoid it. They've got so many great things, but go into the chopping block, please. And just tell them, hey man, Wade and Carter sent me. It means a lot to John Turner and his group. And it means a lot to us.
And it means a lot to everybody.
There you go.
Sponsors.
It's a universal meaning.
I mean, we got thousands of people that tune in. I mean, the cost of advertising here is a bargain.
Oh, it's
If
cheap.
you want to sponsor the show.
Well, yeah, there's other places to do it, but it's not near as effective because our audience is the audience you want to reach.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. There you go. Junior says, just pick a date the Astros aren't playing for bingo. I got to plan the month.
It's a dig at you a little bit.
I think so. As if Junior has anything to do.
Speaking of the Astros, they took the night off last night.
Yeah, they had a game, but they took the night off.
Lost to Pittsburgh, of all teams. Pittsburgh, with the win, improves to 16 games below 500.
Wow, which probably means they'll make the playoffs. If you think about it, that's about where the Astros were at this time last year.
True enough.
But Astros playing very well. Astros are fine. Gusto still trying to find his way.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not sure. It's a romantic story. You know, he got cut from his high school team 3 times and all that. Maybe his coach was right.
Maybe he's the next Michael Jordan. Baseball's Michael Jordan.
But maybe the coach was right. Maybe
he wasn't 100% right. He did get to the majors.
And he did he went to a JUCO and told the coach, I'll be here next year. I'm going to pitch for you. And sure enough, he went from throwing 85 to throwing in the 90s and grew up and has no neck. The man looks like Shrek.
Astros lose 3-0 to Pittsburgh. Rookie for the
But O'Neal Cruz had like 2 hits, 2 stolen bases.
Yeah, he's a good guy to get on. I mean, he's our leadoff hitter. He's struggling on average, but his OBP is not bad. But it was the Burrows kid, the rookie, Mike Burrows, that did pretty well. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, struck out 6, and kept
Joe Burrows.
Yeah. Kept the Astros off balance yesterday.
He's over here sucking up because he knew better than to chew on that cord.
They'll play again today in Pittsburgh. Just love the backdrop of that city. It's of the stadium and the city there. It really makes. They did. I'll tell you what.
Is it? What's not called? That's not Three Rivers, is it?
No, it replaced Three Rivers. I don't know.
PNC
Park.
PNC
Yeah.
Park.
I'll tell you what they did though. They really took TV aesthetics and the fan view, because when you're 16 games under 500 and the fans come to the game, they want to see something that looks better than the crappy brand of baseball.
Yeah, no
the
kidding.
Pirates
And the
are
field
playing.
is beautiful. I mean, the park looks amazing.
So when you have the river behind there and the backdrop of the bridge and downtown Pittsburgh, it reminds you that, well, the baseball may be crappy that you're there to watch.
Ricky King points out that Texas did beat Texas Tech in a good game last night in the softball, the Women's College World Series. Very interesting. Softball, it's a whole different game, but very interesting that the officiating, the umpires this year in both men's and women's ball sport have fallen in love with the obstruction call.
I didn't see this at the NAIA level.
There's a rule that if you have your foot, if you're any part of you as a defensive player is between a base runner and the base without the ball, your obstruction and the player is automatically safe. It's just interference.
But that wasn't, it played out, but the interesting thing you told me that turned the game in Texas's favor, explain that, because this is something you
just don't see it very
this
often.
defines champions and those that finish the runner-up in the championship series.
So that play happened. The girl was clearly out. She was called out after Tech's coach very wisely questioned the call. They reviewed and overturned and said, we're going to leave this girl at second. There were 2 outs. Tech gets a single. The girl scores. Now Tech's up 1-0. Kennedy is their pitcher. She's a very good pitcher, and she was really dominating the game. So in the top of the 7th inning, in Texas' last at-bat, the 9 hitter gets on, and then 1, 2, they end up with the number 4 hitter coming up. And she's Texas, in theory, one of the best hitters.
Bottom of the 6th.
And they decided they were going to walk this girl. So in softball, they have to throw 4 balls, and then she gets to go to first. Well, the pitcher got a little bit, I think, just lazy, and it was a 3-0 count. And on the 4th ball, the batter from Texas just reached out there and hit it through the left side, scored 2 runs. Texas wins 2-1. Yeah, it was the bottom of the 6th. That's right, because then Texas got 3 outs and didn't have to bat again.
Yeah.
But you just don't see it. I've never seen it where you've got to throw the 4 balls to, instead of just saying you go to first. And I guess that's why you do it, because anything can happen.
Well,
there could have been a pass ball. There could have been anything.
They did it to speed up baseball.
Yeah.
But softball doesn't have that problem because the games don't take as long. There are 7 innings to begin with, and they move a little quicker because they don't have all the TV timeouts. But
the defensive players, the shortstop and the third baseman, were just kind of standing there with their arms at their side because it was an intentional walk, and the girl just reached out, pop, and goes right to the left side, 2-run score.
Single left, scored 2, and that's
awesome.
The last time I remember anybody doing that at any level was Vlad Guerrero with the Montreal Expos, not Junior, his dad. That's how far back you have to go into my memory bank to.
He hit one.
He hit one on him. They were trying to intentionally walk him. He might have homered, actually.
Because he swung about a 50-inch bat.
And he swung at everything. I don't know that there's a guy that could make contact out of the strike zone as consistently with results as Vlad.
Maybe Altuve.
Maybe. Yeah, he does have
he swings at the high pitch. He swings at the pitch on the other side of the plate.
Oh, so listen to Time Magazine, because you're going to start hearing this. They're trying to. The media's trying to make this a thing. People aren't really paying attention, but there's a new COVID-19 virus in China.
The drama.
Causing a spike in infections in China. Why don't we just ban travel from China again? Let's just cut this off at the neck and not worry about it. And a few cases have appeared here when people arrived at airports from other countries. They don't tell you what other countries, which tells you automatically they came from China.
Right.
Right? They're not telling you where they came from.
It's a variant under monitoring.
Yeah. So
NB181.
Yeah. So anyway,
it showed up at the end of April. It's appeared in travelers from China, France, Japan, the Netherlands, Spain, South Korea, Taiwan, and Thailand. It's the dominant COVID-19 strain in China.
Here's where the fearmongering comes in. This is from Time Magazine. Continue on.
It's contributing to spikes in emergency room visits and hospitalizations.
No spikes in deaths.
No deaths. Put them on a respirator. That'll fix them. I've been reading, and I don't know. I'd be curious to, like, Ricky King might be a guy that's probably tried a little ivermectin. It seems like if you use it in doses regularly, it's supposed to be good for all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah, this fungus that came.
Yeah,
out.
did we mention that yesterday?
We mentioned it yesterday.
It was a young. She's at West Virginia, I think, is where she was going to school, and brought a virus in that
or discovered a virus.
No, I'm wrong. She discovered a fungus that was going to help people. There's a virus. Wasn't a virus.
This is the fungus.
Agroterrorist. That's it. Kathleen Liner's got it.
Yeah.
What it does is anything that's got a head on it, maize, corn, all that, you put this on the plants and they just don't produce.
Yeah.
You talk about global food shortage. Now, who does that stuff?
China.
Agro-terrorist.
China. They also, they were the bioterrorists in
Let me ask
2019.
Serious question.
Serious answer.
Okay. Is it just out of the question that we just whip China's ass and get it over with?
I don't know.
Why don't we just
we haven't won a war since World War II.
Yeah. I just wonder what would happen if we just went ahead and just said, you know what? We're not going to take it anymore. I'm tired of you people. We owe you so much money. The only thing to do is beat you down.
Well, let's get them out of the World Trade Organization. Let's stop doing business with China.
Yeah.
Jarrett says the United Nations World Health Organization agenda and China is just the agent.
Possible. Yeah.
Stop doing business with China. That's why I think this is part of Donald Trump's plan to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. He wants to cut China off at their economic testicles and neuter them so they don't have the type of influence around the world that they have, especially on this country.
Wow.
Kathleen says the student was planning on studying it in North Carolina or South Carolina University. Why couldn't they study at the University of Beijing?
Right. No kidding. Because if
They
it's
didn't-
here and it gets out, the next thing you know, we have problems.
Yeah, they didn't have to study it here.
Hello,
Garbage.
Riker.
Just pure garbage. Hockey half-minute Stanley Cup Finals, Game 1. Edmonton on the road to the sweep.
Called it.
I called it too. I said Edmonton would win
You
Game
did.
1,
So
and they did.
where
4-3
we
in
differed is-
overtime.
Actually, we agreed that you said they would split in Edmonton, which is where they're at, right?
Yes.
And I said, no, I think Edmonton wins it in 4. So we're both right at this point.
At this point, and I said Florida will win it in 6.
So Florida needs to win game 2,
Yeah.
which is on Friday.
Friday night, and all the games are on True TV, Max, or TNT. I think they're panelists before the games and between periods and stuff. Really good. Henrik Lundqvist, the great New York Rangers goalie. Paul Bissonnette, Biz Nasty's pretty good.
It's nasty.
And I mean, marginal NHLer, but I introduced you to him earlier this year when he stuck up for some wait staff that was getting harassed by,
Oh, yeah, he dropped a guy, dude.
dropped a guy, and then his friends came and tried to kick his butt because
Nice.
he stuck up for a waitress that was getting harassed by a drunk patron in Scottsdale.
Yeah, Junior, I don't know exactly where Ash's head's at today. He talked about, soul meat and economic
No.
testicles.
You said soul meat.
It's clearly summertime, and we're keenly aware that the little ones aren't listening in large doses. I don't know.
It's clearly something I'm stretching.
There's only
Using more words when I shouldn't have to.
George
because-
Carlin can give you a short list, 7 words you can't say on radio, but there's just words you probably shouldn't say on radio. And
Why? That's just
I'm with you.
nothing wrong with it.
Right. Could be just same as a nostril. I'm with you 100%. Yeah.
Well, not quite the same as a nostril, but
Sort
the
of.
concept's similar. Might not fit up your nostrils.
See, Cody just looks befuddled over there, as I'm sure most of our audience.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, the drone attack. I mean, you said you were talking to somebody in Russia that had no
Said
clue
they
of
had
the
no
drone
idea
attack.
that these drone
No.
attacks had happened.
But they were attacking. What did they hit? They hit a bunch of nuclear planes, bombers.
Oh, yeah. They had them lined up on a runway or something, didn't they? And they
Yeah.
just popped them.
I don't think there's going to be any peace.
No, I think Ukraine has now drawn a line in the sand that says we're in this thing for the long haul.
Yeah.
I'm assuming until they're no longer existing.
Yeah, and
He likes you.
and
Is he
Trump
bothering you?
and Trump did, or Putin did say that they will retaliate for that bomber attack. So,
Putin
and this
said
came,
that?
yeah, and this came on like the day before they were scheduled to sit and actually talk about a truce. So, or at least a ceasefire. Meanwhile, 2 bodies of dead American hostages have been found in Gaza. No surprise there that they're not alive. But
Which, by the way, gives me even more respect for the resolve of Israel. I've got no problem with Israel just
No.
eradicating.
eradicate Hamas.
Just get rid of all of them.
Let's do it. It's about time.
Yep.
Should we take our next break and then bring our
I think
guest
we
on?
should. We have a
Yeah.
guest. We're very
We do.
excited.
White Trash Services.
550-1826 White Trash for all your trash needs, all your garbage removal.
Yeah. New subscribers now. If you sign up for White Trash Services, you will be entered into a drawing since their 11th anniversary is coming up. You got the rest of this month and early July to sign up, and then early in July, they will draw and they will enter your name, or your name will be entered into a drawing. They will pull your name, and you will get 11 months of free trash service. So that's the incentive for signing up as a new customer of White Trash Services.
There you go. Chesnick Furniture. Chesnick and Love make your house a home. Get by and see why you just always do better at Chesnick. Whether you need bedding, they have Tempur-Pedic bedding, Stearns & Foster, Sealy Posturepedic. They've got appliances. They've got all types of furniture.
All the accoutrements.
Get in. Brand us. Commander Cody can help you with your website, with your Facebook presence. He He's just very, very handy.
Just
Not handsy, handy.
And if you want to see proof of his work, just see how this show's gone this morning.
Absolutely, just pure. And he's in charge of all the content today. We're letting him play producer. Adsanover and adsanover.com. Adsanover has a new mascot. We're not sure if it's a horse or a cow. I think
it's a horse.
Could be a horse. You want to be a cowboy. They're good. Adsanover for all your vehicular needs.
Right. If you're a cowboy and need a truck, they've got them.
Go by and see them. And then Wentz Services, just saw this the other day. Wentz says, you have arrived in Victoria when you see Old Glory flying at Wentz Services. They're putting up a 30-foot
big flag,
American flag out there on the front. So when you're coming in
on 87,
you will see the flag, and that's right close to the edge of town. So good for them and good for us.
Absolutely.
Very glad to have it.
Yep.
Do you want to bring a guest aboard?
I do. She doesn't want to get off the chair. She's had a long week already.
She's had a long week. She's got an easy gig. I mean,
it's so easy.
When you own a restaurant, you've got so much free time that it just makes sense to open another restaurant because that's just pure genius.
Well, what else are you going to do with your free time that you have so much of?
Right.
Because one isn't enough. Why stop at one?
What do we have? That one's hot. That's probably a coffee of some type. Yes. So that's for Ash. This looks like curry juice. Yep. Now, is this on my carnivore diet? It's carb loaded.
Speak right into that microphone.
A little sweetener in it.
A
little sweetener.
You can pull that
a little
down a bit if it's
sweetener
a
of
little high for
natural
you.
sugar, or
That one has honey in it. So
You want to
Is
show our
it
guest
raw?
I
on
will at
camera?
least taste it. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. There you go. There's Erica
There's Erica
Briggs.
Briggs.
There's our friend and a great sponsor, owner of Paravita Wellness and
The
Vita
Vita
Cafe.
Cafe.
And she's got menus.
menus.
And things. There
Oh.
you go.
Good.
These
We got
menus,
stuff to talk about.
these
now.
menus may have been designed by the commander. No,
no,
you did these. She's
I've had people over the last 6 months doing various things. So
there. You have it.
Wrap sandwiches. I think Wendy Hughes Garcia says she was in there the other day. Let me look real quick because I saw a comment from her on
No,
this.
I'm gonna
She
show-
said, "Wow, let's see if I can find it real
Look,
quick."
it comes in a little package. Now, what all's in here? It looks like
so
egg.
that is
It's
that
a
is the protein bowl.
Protein
that
bowl.
Has, ground turkey sausage. It has. Am I not doing this right?
You're doing fine.
Okay.
There we
Ground
go.
turkey
Sorry.
sausage,
Has cottage cheese.
cottage cheese,
Full of protein. It has scrambled eggs.
scrambled eggs.
It has roasted sweet potatoes for your carbs, and it has I think those are broccoli sprouts, and then it has a turmeric honey drizzle.
Ooh,
Wow.
and
So I
yogurt.
can have
So it's
everything
full
but the.
You can probably
Sweet
eat everything
potatoes.
but the sweet potatoes, yeah. And
Okay.
even the drizzle is a yogurt. It's a Greek yogurt from Lira Rosa with turmeric and honey.
And what's great is it's Ethiopian because we have no utensils, so you just eat it with your hands. It's
Erica
Well, I
brought
don't
you
know. Maybe you could use these.
there. You
huh?
go. There you go. We'll use that. Look at
almost
that.
like
Well,
she
we
planned.
Could have
it.
brought some naan, and then you could have.
Right.
Well, we
But that's
put-
not on the diet.
Right.
Wendy Hughes Garcia says she was in there the other day, had the Korean beef wrap and a super mushroom coffee. Is that what this is? Is this the mushroom coffee?
No, that is called the Choco Turtle
Oh,
Latte.
okay.
So that's one of our signature drinks.
All right.
You will like
soon-
it.
Soon we'll be served with actually homemade turtles.
TURDLE turtle.
Everyone you buy,
Turtles.
she releases a sea turtle.
Turtles.
Nice.
Turtles.
That is pretty
Do you
good.
hear the commander over there like just chiming in
Yep.
meaningless drivel?
Well, he took me back to my KGB days because he said you will drink it and you will like it.
Comrade.
You will like it.
What's
It is
going on?
good.
So what has been your
Nothing, you
feedback so
know.
far about Vita
I've been
Cafe?
doing nothing.
You have so much time left. You're going to open a third restaurant, right?
Well, if some people had that their way, yes, I would be buying another building and another cafe. So no,
Of course.
no, we've been open for right at a month and a week or so. And yeah, things are going great.
You need one of those signs up front that says billions served. That's just good
Okay.
marketing.
There we go. Well, I did line the streets with little signs this last week. So that is helped. So you can't say, where are you? You can
That's
find
right.
us now. So we're doing the wraps or the breakfast bowls and coffee.
That's brisket. That's not turkey.
No, that he has turkey.
I have
Oh,
to.
good. I got the right
You
one.
have the brisket. Yeah, that one's my favorite.
I got the right one.
I had the brisket, eggs, and cheese taco the other day. Delicious.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep. So we're open early, 7 a.m. Stop by for coffee. We have our drive-through open. So you can
Oh,
get
you have
any
drive-thru?
coffee. We have a drive-through.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
Makes it
just
easy.
yesterday, online ordering and delivery.
Absolutely. We've already started getting our online orders going. So, all right, what do you think?
If the commander only brought this kind of
Yeah.
value to this show every day,
Right.
She let me know what was going on so I can help.
If he knew as much about everything as he does about food restaurants,
You're welcome.
yeah.
Yeah.
awesome.
So we're open till 8 p.m. So for dinner, like especially on Monday nights, because there's not many
Nothing.
places to eat on Monday nights
That's true.
other than Mexican food restaurants. And we know how much
Or
we love Mexican.
check cashing stores.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even thought
Yeah.
about that.
And Sundays, right?
No, not yet.
No.
Not
Okay.
yet. We're
Oh.
hoping to launch our brunch by the end of this month.
Okay.
That's
There we
the
go.
plan, at
All
least.
right. I just
Well,
saw something on here. that said
Vita
Sunday.
Cafe is off to a great start, and it is a beautiful place. It's really cool on the inside. The way it's decorated, or the design of it is very trendy and cool. Torrenville is a great place. Love their food and atmosphere. Couldn't agree more. It's a really neat place to go see. Ash and I joked that if anything ever just went completely south, you could make breakfast tacos only and call it Living La Vida Loca Cafe.
I could, yeah.
But
Yep.
That ain't gonna
I don't
happen.
think that's going to be a problem. This
Nope.
is really good. What I like about it is everything's just so fresh. And
DJ
you guys
knows-
have helped me a ton at Paravita with losing a ton.
That's awesome.
And I've
That's
kept it
awesome.
off thanks to you guys as well. BJ Nelson says we're very proud of Erica and thank her for bringing a healthy alternative to our town. Yeah, long overdue, much needed. You also cater, right?
Yes, we do cater.
Oh, man.
Any size event, whether it's 20 or 500.
Well, you catered the last chamber luncheon,
Yeah.
and people raved about the pork tenderloin. I
Oh,
mean,
awesome.
people are, which you never, Cody, you never hear this at a function where you're feeding a bunch of people.
Right.
The food's like, the food was okay. If somebody else says, yeah, I mean, given that there were 200 people there, it's hard to feed everybody.
Sure.
People were talking at the table, like, wow, who did the catering? This is really good. And it was really good.
Thank you.
She
Well,
also-
I have a great team. They're back there working right now.
She has a full cafe. She can do everything that the Starbucks and the big boxes do, but you also have almost a full liquor store in there. I mean, you've got so much.
That's personal
many-
Yeah,
consumption.
Hey.
That's
I
for
kind of
personal
went
use.
crazy on
Hey,
the
yeah.
wine and the
Yeah.
beer.
We-
So
But
we don't
please
need to
come
go there
drink
this
it.
morning because we've already been accused of being drunk on the air this
Yeah, I
morning.
think we are going
It
to
could
launch a
happen.
happy hour soon so that we can start going through that because we do have a really good wine selection.
that's right.
And your flatbreads would go really well with something like that. It's your happy hour.
Absolutely, yeah. And we did get a Mr. fan.
Oh,
so
you
we're
did.
trying that out. Yeah, because it's so dang hot. So
Yeah,
yeah,
nice
we've
little
got
patio area.
a
there.
little
Yeah.
patio.
You have to mix
Cool.
a little citronella in there so that it also gets rid of
Keeps
the
the mosquitoes
mosquitoes
away.
this time of year.
The
So
fan
we'll
should
try
do that.
Some essential oils. We can try that. Were you hungry, Brent?
Man,
You think?
that's good.
I'm gonna wait till I get to the office to eat mine because I will spill it all over myself. And
Oh yeah, yesterday. Like, didn't you spill the other day?
yeah,
Yeah.
coffee first sip right down
He
the side.
struggles.
Good
I
job.
do every morning.
Needs a
He does.
bib.
He struggles.
Life is hard.
I need bib.
How's-
I need bib overalls to cover me. That's what I need.
Is life kind of planing out? I mean, now that you've got it open and
It is. I mean, finally, like I was on. I don't even know the last time. Like I think I was in construction.
You were
phase.
still,
You were
yeah. You had
way
just changed. You had
Like,
just
I had
taken
to,
on the
yeah,
contractor role.
Oh, that was a nightmare. But that's a whole nother show.
We won't talk about that.
yeah,
No,
no,
we're
it
not.
was,
Yeah, so I
You
can
took
build. I
over
can
as
build
general
too. Can we
contractor.
add that to my resume? I can
Yeah.
build. I can do build out. I'm a contractor now.
Specializing in restaurants.
Bob the Builder.
Yeah. So no, things are fine. They are. We've got a great team at both locations. We're getting our systems in place. And yeah, like I'm actually home by 9.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, we've
And-
just we've convinced Junior to go and try your food. Junior doesn't eat anything healthy,
I'm telling you, like
except maybe
we-
a dark beer for the tannins.
We really worked hard to find good products. I mean, my reps like send me stuff all the time. Like, what about this? What about that? And I mean, we'll try it, but if it is not
I remember when we were the
What?
guinea pigs on some of your cauliflower pizza crust back.
Yeah.
a
And
while
that was
back.
good, but this one is so much
Yeah.
better.
No,
So
absolutely.
much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And our wraps
It's
are
awesome.
huge. I mean, that's what the other thing too is people think, oh, I'm just gonna get a wrap. Those suckers are big.
Mhm.
So a lot of times like you men, you're like, okay, it's not gonna be enough. It is plenty of food.
and I'm taking
We're
it too far this
digressing
morning.
early. I need more
Oh.
coffee.
We have a guest.
Right, right.
That was the guest.
That's why the camera's only on one person at
Yeah.
a time.
And I'm like standing like this because the last time I was like, oh God.
I know somebody who'll be there for the frozen mimosas.
Yes, they are so good.
Good
And
stuff.
actually they're the so we juice at the store and it's the moderator, which has turmeric and goji berry in it. So it's a little healthier version. Champagne's not healthy, but it still makes it taste really good. And then the
In
sangria
moderation.
we make
7 days a week.
5 days a week right now, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then, like I said, on hopefully by the end of this month, we'll be able to launch brunch.
Was it like on a Sunday after Sunday?
So
late?
it'll be Saturday, Sunday, 8 to 3,
Oh, good.
Saturday and Sunday.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
So we're just tweaking the menu right now and getting staffing. And that's always a fun thing, staffing.
Yeah, in this town.
in this-
He's sniffing. You
I-
said he
yeah.
does
yeah,
it
he
big.
wants that bowl.
I think
Like
you give him a sweet potato because dogs love sweet
Oh,
potatoes.
yeah.
And since you can't eat them anyway, somebody should.
Don't
I will
forget your
say this:
sprouts, so
when I've been into the Vita Cafe twice now, and your staff has been superb.
They're very, very nice
Yeah.
people.
yes, we have a great manager, Michaela, and the staff is great. We've got hardworking kitchen staff. So it's been good.
And don't forget to get by Parvita over on
Yeah.
airline.
Yeah, your staff over
because
there is always
the-
And I know
too.
Vicky's listening while she's working, so we'll give a big shout out to everybody
They
over
do
there
a great
working hard
job.
this morning.
It's so easy to do. You can listen while you work. I like going in and getting my meals and sometimes breakfast from Paravita.
Yeah, you're in there most daily with the little egg bites.
Yep, they're awesome.
Those are, yeah, we tweaked the recipe, kind of took that Starbucks dupe that's all over the internet now
Yeah.
and just did that. And they taste much better. And then you're not getting all that. Like, I think there's Carrageenan and all these other additives in the Starbucks.
Yeah, no,
Just like, why do you need Carrageenan in a freaking,
I can't even
egg
pronounce
muffin?
it.
Like, seriously.
Really
No.
good stuff.
Thank you.
And your staff always gives me grief when I
Thank
walk
you.
in there, which is awesome.
Oh,
Makes me
I
feel
know.
like I'm at home.
Yeah, and we'll be launching soon. We're waiting on some approvals, but a lot of our meals will become FSA and HSA approved for.
Oh.
So if you have an FSA
Diet
and HSA, and it's called our diabetic meal plans, but
That's genius.
so we're just waiting on final approvals through our website company because they've got approvals through insurance. And so once we get that check marked, then we'll be announcing when those will be available. But we're excited to be able to offer that because we have over, I want to say like 150 meals.
Now that's
and
really a
snacks
great idea.
that are
If
This is
you've got
this is at Paravita.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you got a
Parvita,
health
yeah,
savings
yeah.
account and you happen to be diabetic, you can go by and pick up meals with your HSA card. That's genius.
so hopefully that'll be coming down the pipe soon. So
And
we're
I've just
excited.
discovered the konjac noodles, and you guys throw
They're
those in things. They
good.
are so good. And they're if
Yeah.
you're diabetic, they are because they're made from the fiber of a plant in Japan. They're not wheat and no
Mhm.
gluten, and they are because of the fiber, like no carb, very little carbs in these things, and they
Yeah,
actually
so-
help reduce your blood sugar. They're really
yeah,
good.
and we use that in the marsala, the
Yeah.
chicken marsala.
Had that
the,
last night for dinner.
stroganoff.
So good.
Thank you.
So, yeah. But yeah, stop on by because that's the other thing you guys do is great meal planning for anybody who's trying to accomplish anything when
Any
it comes
goal.
to health
Yep.
and fitness. So
The kids now, I have traded out some of my normal meals and I get the protein waffles and they're just loaded with protein. They're loaded with calories. It's a bespoke meal, right? You're getting it because that's what you want.
Right. Right.
The boys love them.
Oh, good.
The protein waffles are a mainstay at the house now. They're like, hey, can you trade one of your chicken dishes for some more protein waffles? And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do that for you. And they love them.
Good. Good,
Yeah,
good,
it's
good.
great. So
Frank Mejia wants to know if you have Carnegie soda.
Every day. Every single day.
At
That's-
Paravita.
At
Yeah.
Paravita, yeah.
Right.
And then we have had some cooler issues, which I'm like, just it's a daily thing for me. But we just got a new cooler in at Vita. So we will have some of our grab and go meals and
Okay.
snacks over there starting on Monday.
Oh, great idea.
So yeah, we'll be able to say if somebody wants to pick up lunch, they can also pick up dinner, pick up a couple snacks. We do have baked goods. We have cinnamon rolls that are amazing.
Delicious.
Best,
You
meat-
know-
And
best
biscuits.
meatballs ever.
Yeah.
Really good meatballs. And I really like the Cuban chicken with the black beans. That
Yeah.
one's really good too.
No humor, and I want your genuine feedback because there's a punchline here if you choose
Okay.
to go this way, but I'm being serious.
That's
By
scary.
focusing on this carnivore diet where I eat a lot of eggs and bacon and meat and cheese, and I realized that I'm gluten free without really trying to be. I didn't. It's not like I've got anything against gluten. I'm not
Right, right, right.
anti-gluten, but I'm just not eating any. And I can tell you, and Ash will attest, our audience may disagree. I am more alert in the morning than I can recall being really ever. I used to be kind of groggy in the mornings, and it could be the booze, but
Could have been.
I was kind of groggy in the
It's still
mornings.
gluten free.
Very- yeah.
But no kidding. I the other day I told Dawn, I said, you know, I aside from dropping 30 pounds, I'm gluten free and feel pretty good.
Yeah.
So
No,
you
I-
can go in and somebody could come in and say, I want to drop 30 pounds. I need to focus on this. And you understand their terminology with the macros. And I only want so many carbs and I want these proportions. And my doctor says I got too much of this in my diet. And you can fix them up with a meal plan that they can come pick up once a week.
Yep.
It's always
Yep.
fresh. It's
Yep.
always good.
Yep.
Microwaves in 2 minutes.
Yep, absolutely. And then
Love
we've
it.
also we also have some of our clients
3.5
that
of
want a low
70%.
sodium. They're on low sodium. So we do
Right.
those on Tuesday. So on Tuesday you can come in and order, and then those meals are made specifically to you. So you're not getting something that may have too much salt. And when we like follow the guidelines as far as like what those sodium intakes are or need to be.
Awesome.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
Do you need another bowl?
No, I'm good right now. Did you bring an extra one?
I did. I should have.
No, I'm good. Man, that's good.
He saved the brisket for last. You know what he likes best?
Yeah, that is my favorite. I had that
It
last
is
night for
good.
dinner. I had that cottage cheese and edamame.
Oh, you
That
had
was my
breakfast for
dinner.
dinner last night.
Yeah. Oh, no,
Pretty
no
much.
doubt. I like breakfast for dinner. Sometimes that's good.
Well, now they want a Wade and Carter night at the Vita Cafe.
Okay, we can do
Ooh,
that.
now
With the
that
happy
sounds
hour,
awesome.
Yeah.
We could do a Wade and Carter happy hour at the Vita
Let's
Cafe.
do it. Let's book it.
Let's pick an evening and
We could do it.
we could do it like say 5:30 to 7.
Yeah.
We could have drink specials and you maybe get Erica to put out a table with some sampling so you folks can get acclimated to Vita Cafe. I think that's a fantastic idea
That is
And when
a
it
great-
cools off, we could put it on the patio.
because there's a party on the
Yeah, that patio is going to be nice this fall.
Tammy
know.
Williams says
gonna be
she's
real
so
nice.
proud of you. Erica's as beautiful now as she was in high school.
Oh, thank you.
So we're proud of you. So I know it's been a long road to get there
Yeah.
to get the Vita Cafe open, but now that it's open, it's a pretty awesome place.
Now's a
Thank
really
you.
good time, an opportune time for you to mention what a great job we do advertising for you and how many people come in and how many people really come in and go, heard about you on Wade and Carter.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay. Well, we
I asked the
appreciate it.
girls, so yeah, they're always telling me that. So
Wow.
no, it's been great.
I help with that.
On a daily,
Right.
yeah,
I'm
physically
there
being
almost
there.
on a daily.
Tell me again what this. What
Okay,
this
so that
yellow-
is it's called our golden latte. So it is a turmeric blended blend with turmeric powder and other like MCT oil.
So it's good
powder.
for you.
It's good for you.
And the
okay?
honey
It's
is a
good.
natural sugar. So,
Right.
but it's not super sweet. So
No.
it's not.
No, and it's
And
the
I'm not
almond-
eating any sugar. So it's,
Yeah.
if it doesn't taste really sweet to me, it doesn't have much
Yeah.
honey in it.
and it has an unsweetened almond milk. And
There you
there's
go. I
a-
just
yeah.
feel so,
Is there an oat milk variety?
You can have
Okay.
oat, and we actually do have cow milk. So whereas
Cow
Paravita, well, I don't. What am I gonna? Yeah,
No,
So-
you're right. It's
I
just
just call it
funny.
cow milk. It is cow milk. So at Paravita, we are 100% dairy free, but at Vita, we use an organic milk, an organic half and half, and 2%, 1%, the cow variety.
How do you milk an almond?
you don't. Milk, and the milk producers get really upset with
And
that.
our-
They do.
The cheese on our pizza is we have a blend, and I found what. So if you know what cellulose is, so cellulose is in almost every grated cheese there is because it's like
it's acceptable. There's a certain amount
I know.
that like Parmesan cheese, that Kraft, it's got like 30% cardboard in it.
Right, exactly. So I found a shredded cheese that does not have cellulose in it. So that's what we use on our pizza. And then we've partnered with Lira Rosa out of Moulton. We have like a cheese blend. So we use their mozzarella, we use their yogurt. So the yogurt sauce that you had, no, it's in yours.
It's in mine.
That is the Lira Rosa Greek yogurt.
I don't know why that's so cool to me, but every time I hear it, I'm just like, it's so cool that you got your cheese locally from Moulton. And just
And the brie. So once we start doing our evening shareables, we do a baked brie with the hot honey drizzle.
Live in Lira Rosa. We didn't move the border. The border moved us.
Frank,
Remember that?
Frank Mejia says we could do an Yankees Astros night there.
Well, we could.
I have
Frank.
TV monitors. Ask Cody. He could set it up.
We could. We need to look at the schedule.
All I can
How
tell
about a
you is that
Dodger one?
when,
Maybe.
when you took over as general contractor, I can remember walking into the location, taking some pictures.
You jinxed me. You know that. but-
People were, well, I told you, she was like, we're going to be open in like April. I'm like, June, come on. Nothing ever opens on time. And then when you took over there, when you would show up, the folks there really got busy. And I think for a while, some of them weren't really too busy. They were just kind of hanging out over there. It was such a nice space. They weren't doing the work that needed to be done.
Yeah, my contractor wasn't there very much. So hence why he's my former contractor.
Right.
Actually, I gave Frank all the credit, but Junior actually, and I wouldn't expect this out of Junior, to make it an Astros night when they play because he's not a baseball fan. So
There you go.
We could do that. I'm not opposed to that. We've got
It'd be
two
great if they
monitors in
played the
there.
Dodgers. We could do that. But
Okay, thanks.
well, we appreciate you coming
Thank
by
you for having
always.
me.
You should come by more often. Folks, if you haven't been to the new Vita Cafe, even though Ash called it the Vita K,
yeah,
it's the easiest way to describe it is you go to Spring Creek and if you're on Main, you're going north, you take a right and go around the
Springwood.
little Springwood, and go right around the little curve there. And it's in that first big white
building.
that's right there. So,
Riker might be grounded tomorrow.
I'm not sure Riker's going to make it back.
Yeah, you'll see we're putting in a red bright sign for the drive-through, so people will be able to see which way to go into the drive-through.
Just say like booze.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I have a coffee flag out right now. I probably should have put a booze flag, but
Mimosa flag needs to be
mimosa
ordered.
flag, yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Awesome.
Come
like
see
it.
us for coffee.
It's
too.
a wonderful spot. We encourage you to go by and tell them that Wade and Carter sent you. It means a lot to us and Ms. Briggs. So thank you. We're going to wrap up the program. We've got a minute or two left. You got anything? You can just hang, right? You have anything important you want to share?
I don't know that I do. Right
Is there
now. Let's
anything
see.
left? We did not do we did the Astros update. We did the hockey half minute.
Yeah, let me see what this was. This was this is what you got. This is why so many people in Canada want to become the 51st state. Apparently, back in 2012, Gerard Como bought a bunch of beer in Quebec. He's from New Brunswick. He put it in his trunk. Police stopped him, confiscated the beer, and fined him for bringing too much of it into New Brunswick. These are some of the archaic laws that I didn't even think still existed in Canada, but I know they did at one point, where you couldn't transport beer across
It's like
provincial
Smokey
lines.
and the Bandit.
It'd be like running beer from Oklahoma into Texas and getting caught. And you couldn't do it because you had 2 cases in your trunk and you're only allowed 1. This guy's been fighting this since 2012.
He's 71 years old now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember when one of the brewers, or maybe it was, one of the brewers went on strike in Alberta. And so we went to Saskatchewan with my dad, and my dad had beer in his trunk, and we took a couple back roads to get back into Alberta. But the RCMP were actually on the highways.
That's the
conducting
Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They would have just
the
apologized.
GRC in French, which Gendarme Royal Canadian or whatever it is. And we used to just call them the gravel road cops, but they didn't like that. But anyway, they would set up roadblocks and check people's vehicles to make sure you weren't bringing too much beer in from Saskatchewan.
You're like, we drank it all.
Well, that's okay. Just don't drive drunk too far.
Too far. Don't drive drunk too far. Very Canadian.
Very Canadian.
Folks, we love you. It's the top of the hour. We're going to get out of here.
We are.
Wish you nothing but the best. Have a great Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Make it through a beautiful hot day, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye, folks.
Bye, folks.